Good morning. Let's look at Matthew 5:39. Remember verse 38, you have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Verse 39, but I say to you, do not resist the one who is evil. Last part of the verse, but if anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. Let's just think about the first part of verse 39 very simply this morning. It's just this principle: do not resist the one who is evil. Now, this is a general principle, right? There's obviously a time to resist an evil person. I mean, first of all, Jesus isn't saying things like, don't run away from evil and temptation. Of course, he's not saying that. He's also not saying that it would never be appropriate to resist an evil person, especially when someone else is threatened. It's very important that you know the context here has to do with when evil is coming up against you, when people are coming up against you, when people are trying to harm you. Neither is he advocating some type of a broad principle about national pacifism. So it's not don't defend somebody else. It's not don't resist evil in the sense of temptation. And it's not a kind of national pacifism that somehow you can take Jesus' words, extrapolate it out. And now we has to do with war theory or things like that. However, having said that, we do need to kind of let the weight of Jesus' words just sit with us, because our disposition is to immediately attempt to resist when someone has perpetrated evil against us. It's obvious that, I hope to you, that this principle needs to be applied with wisdom and with discernment. But we have to lean against our propensity to want to vindicate ourselves. There's kind of a Romans 12 principle. As far as it depends upon you, live at peace with all men. Let the Lord be the one, as Romans 12 points out, to enact vengeance. It's not our job to seek out revenge. So what I want you to do this morning is just think about your commitment to personal peace when someone has offended you. When someone has offended you, do you get defensive first and then offensive second, and you push back at them? Or are you willing sometimes to overlook a matter, or willing to even receive it? It's kind of take it on the chin sometimes. It doesn't mean in every scenario, but as a general rule, as Americans, as a general rule, as Westerners, as a general rule of, let's be honest, a little more entitled people, we tend to be people who were not going to let you tread on us. Well, we have to be careful with that. It's not that we become and have a sort of doormat theology, but neither does it mean that we are so motivated that we're the people who give it back as good as we get. A caution: be willing to have evil done to you and not respond to it. It's hard. It's kind of the deep waters of the spiritual life. We'll see this more specifically in some illustrations Jesus gives in the next few verses. But may the Lord bless you as you commit to peace.